I got an offer of a job, and if he had not encouraged me, I would have withdrawn from that position. So I feel very, very good today, this morning, very fortunate that the people who had something to do with my career at very, very early stage, if they had not been there, I don't know what would have happened to me, where I would have ended up. So I feel very fortunate. It's a wonderful morning for me to remember their kindness. And also saw the people whom we have honored. And it's a very inspiring moment. Prakash Rao, Bami, of course, I have known for a very, very long time. And it's indeed a great, I think this initiative actually has come from Ramakrishna Rao and Professor Murthy. So it is actually ended in the morning, it's inaugural session, otherwise it was very dry. And similarly, Vice Chancellor of JNTU, I have also known him for a very long time. He is the youngest and is many years ahead of him. I told him that. And I like to wish him. He is one of the good VCs we have, administrators we have in the country. And there are not many that you can find of his caliber, commitment and integrity. And so we can look forward to more achievements from him. I would like to be very brief because we have already spent a lot of time. But I wish to say, I wish to make a few remarks. This country has many things to achieve, many things to achieve. And there are so many positives, especially in recent times. But we have to take a reality check. We can't be going overboard on what the information technology has achieved or what anybody else has achieved. We admire those achievements. But we have to be very realistic in some sense. So what are the areas, what are the areas which are actually waiting to be taken to far higher levels of fulfillment, if I may say so. And I will mention two of them. One is energy and the other is education. The two E's. In both areas, the potential is so great and the achievement is so minuscule. And I think the country has not found the magic formula to pay attention to these two areas in a way that this country can become so very, so much richer in terms of accomplishment. Look at the energy scenario. I want to mention about the abundance and where we are shining on this land. We have to see that we have a challenge in this area of enormous proportions. How much can government do? How much really can't government? The private enterprise and the civil society have to contribute. I think slowly, the only positive thing that we can take note of is that there is an awareness of this potential. And there is also some kind of support from the government, but the government can only do so much. And much of the solar energy installations will come from the private sector. Let it be so. But we have to ensure that the whole operation is conducted with some speed. We have had development, and my good friend Dr. R. Chidambaram says, velocity of development is nowhere near what it should be. So we have to accelerate the pace of our work, and everybody concerned has to contribute. Seed has to be really split. That's where we have to really commend the work of Professor M. Ramakrishna and Professor Murthy, who founded this NGO, which is part of the civil society in a way. And look at the distance they have traveled in so many years. They have come up with a product which is now selling. They are also producing some food processing commodities. And it's also an area where the women can benefit from. So there is so much that they have demonstrated, but there's only so much that they can accomplish. how we scale it up. That's another problem. In fact, I can name any number of innovations in this country. Computer is an example. Any number of innovations which we can mention, which have not really achieved the kind of scale in terms of the marketplace, in terms of what they can, what we can show in the marketplace. So also this solar trial. So we need to propagate the usefulness of this, the importance of this in terms of hygiene. I'm glad that Professor Reddy took a few minutes to explain to you the purpose of solar trial. So all of this is something which has to be accomplished on a much larger scale. But whatever we can do, in fact, I'm also growing old, not as old as our elders who we have honored this morning. But I find that the only thing that an individual can do today, young or old, you will do the best that you can wherever you are. So that's exactly what SEED is doing. Wherever they are placed, whatever little that they can do, they are trying to do it as best as they can. So in that perspective, I think we have to congratulate what the Rakesh has done. Despite his age, I was away last evening, I came back late at night, and I get a letter saying that this morning program has changed, and he's still awake. I had called him back, but I said, no, I'll just do what he wants me to do. Let me not disturb him. And it's a great example, wonderful example, all these senior people here. To all of us, the rest of us who are younger than them, to do something by way of emulating the wonderful example, and we would have done justice to the conference if we can recognize them. Thank you very much.